I want to caution you to do is if they ask you a question, if you can answer yes or no, make it just a yes or just a no. Don't volunteer any information. A lot of times we're proud of the things we do. We do good things for our kids. And we want to, tell you what good things we're doing. But sometimes that can get us in trouble because it'll send them down another trail that they wouldn't look at ordinarily. So just answer their questions honestly and simply. And if you don't know the answer, it's okay to say, I don't know. Ask my principal. If it's a special ed question, ask Ms. Collier or ask my diagnostician. I'm just not sure how to answer that. So, it's okay if you don't have all the answers. The answers that you need to have are those things that you do in your classroom every day. You need to answer the questions about teaching, how you're implementing those IEP goals and objectives, how you're modifying for that student. Those are the things you're going to need to be able to answer. If they're asking program issues, things like that, and everything for a special education student, all instructional decisions, all educational decisions are made by the ARD committee. You don't make them, the principal doesn't make them, I don't make them, the diagnostician doesn't, the ARD committee makes all those decisions. And I'm going to tell you the information that they have asked us to send to them, and this will kind of let you know what this is information they will have before they ever get here. Then when they get here, they're going to go through the folder. They will tell us they're going to look at this student, this one, and this one. And I can tell you they're probably going to select students from your campus that by ethnicity, if they have a Hispanic surname or Asian surname, something like that, they will probably look at those to see if we're accommodating language issues. They may go by ethnicity because they will have that on their PEIMS data. And, but then they asked us, they wanted the students by campus, by grade, by eligibility, whether they're learning disabled or intellectually disabled or autistic. So they will have those things. By instructional arrangement, and they're going to focus on those that are more in resource than they are not. Their limited English proficient status, any career and technology classes, those that have related services like counseling, OT, or PT, and then the state assessment data. They will be looking at that. And y'all were not an IR campus. However, you have students who were in 5th grade last year that are in 6th grade this year. So they may be looking, because they did tell us they're going to follow some of those students to see what we're doing for that intensive program of instruction. Now, in almost every case, and if they ask you what you do for your intensive program of instruction, you may be able to tell them generally, I don't know what you do on your campus for that. But for these special education students, you can tell them what you do in general on your campus. But that intensive program of instruction for a special ed student is determined by the ARD committee. It's not determined by what you do on your campus, or for most kids we do this or this. But for our special ed kids, the ARD committee determines that, and you have to have an ARD meeting to make that determination. I think, Tracy, y'all have had none on this campus that y'all have discussed that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
But y'all are about to. You know those are planned. So, if they ask, what is your intensive program of instruction for this student, because they, and what they told me on the phone, they already had more information than I had dug out. Last year, we had 28 students with disabilities that took the writing test. So we know 4th and 7th grade, we had 28 kids. And they'll probably look at your 7th graders who are 8th graders this year. They will look at those kids and want to know, okay, what is the intensive program of instruction for writing? Because they were able to tell me we had 28 kids who took the writing. 21 of them did not meet the standard. So they want to see what we're doing with those 21 kids to address how we're helping them to improve in their writing. And even on those kids that if it's not an SSI year, you still have to address that intensive program of instruction on every kid who does not master or meet the standard on their STAR test for reading, math, whatever. So, but for our kids, we have not had those ARD meetings, but they're being scheduled. So you're not going to be able to answer that question on what are you doing for the intensive program of instruction. We haven't begun that yet. You know, we're scheduling ARD meetings. And we are planning on scheduling those ARD meetings, believe me.